10 seconds. He just holds up one finger like we're supposed to know what that means.
Yeah, well, go.
Oh, okay. I mean, we can edit this anyway.
Yeah, I guess.
Or no, I don't care. Howdy, Delco. We've got an exquisite episode for you tonight. Last time there was a show at the Hedgerow Theater. We interviewed the star of that show, and it was a great success. And we have a brand new thing coming into 64. What's the address? 64 Rose Valley Road, Media, PA. That's down there near the old Mill Wedding venue and the what is it? The Moylan train stop. You've all seen it. You should swing in there at some point. They have the nicest padded pews you'll ever have, and I don't say that jokingly. It is strangely comfortable. Even my fat ass is just like, wow, this is strangely, this is comfortable. Lumbar support, loved it. But they have, for the festive seasons of the holidays, they have a Christmas Carol with a twist. It's a Christmas Carol comedy. And tonight we're going to be speaking to the director, Pete Pryor.
Hello.
We are going to be speaking to Scrooge, Brian Anthony Wilson,
Hello.
and quote unquote, everybody else.
Hey.
Christopher Patrick Mullen. So my understanding in our little debriefing earlier is Christmas Carol comedy is originally a Canadian production.
Yes.
And the U.S. debut of it in the entire continental U.S. and the two freak states of Canada or of Alaska and Hawaii. The very
You were right the first
debut, the star-spangled debut of it was last year at the Hedgerow Theater.
Is it weird that I'm oddly overly patriotic right now?
Yeah, I could run through a brick wall.
I
And
could
run
run
fireworks
through,
right now,
with
man.
with American flag on my back. I could do it right now.
And I was told that Christopher Patrick Mullen, we'll call you CPM.
Thank you.
You were everyone else last year.
That is correct.
You are reprising the role.
It's a reprisal.
Okay.
I tried to see it last year, but it was sold out.
Ooh, that's a hot selling device. And Brian, you are a rookie. This is your debut in this.
Yes, I am a rookie.
At this.
At this, but I also may also say that CPM is also directing our Sunshine Cast, right? Is that correct?
Yes, our Sunshine Cast is performing in some morning shows in the coming weeks for some schools that will come into Hedgerow to see the show.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
What do you guys perform when they come in?
The same show that we do at night.
Oh, really? It's
Yes,
a Christmas Carol
the
comedy.
Exact same thing.
It's,
Oh, that's
it's a
awesome.
distilled version, though. It's his version of my version.
Okay.
That's true.
Now, Pete, you are the
You
director.
say not as good or distilled. I want to make sure he was. I want to make sure there's
I'm sure it's like a good whiskey.
the gloves were dropped right there. I just saw that happen.
I don't know. What are you doing with the second act, Chris?
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say there's a lot of chefs in this kitchen. It's like a mutiny.
Remember what I said about that salad cue? Forget it.
Did somebody say
Derivative,
kitchen?
Yeah.
Now, Pete Pryor, you are the director,
Yeah.
except for the morning shows.
Yeah, I'll be. Yeah.
This is you did not write this play.
No, I did not.
Did you change any adaptation from? Did you adapt it at all from the Canadian production?
Well, yeah, I translated it to English.
Okay, nice. Wait, is that true? Was it in French Canadian for him? I didn't know it was from Montreal.
No.
Less maple syrup and hockey references.
Hey,
They took them down to 30%.
no.
What part of Canada was it from?
I don't know. I don't know where she's from. Toronto.
Toronto. Someplace I know.
They speak English there.
Yeah, they speak English.
It's actually a really fun city if you've ever been.
My main job was to make sure that Chris didn't invent too much the whole entire time. So that was my function, because Chris is a genius, and he's.
I like how you look
wizard.
behind him. Is there another Chris here?
Yeah.
I heard you. These are two Chris's.
So, Pete, how did you get into the whole form of directing and on stage and all that?
I originally started a theater company in Philadelphia called 1812 Productions with my good friend Jennifer Childs. She still runs it. I went
comedy theater in the city.
That's
Where's it
damn
located
right.
at?
That is located downtown in Philadelphia. I don't know where their offices are right now, but they perform.
South Philly,
So yeah, they perform out of Plays and Players mostly,
Plays and Players.
which is on Delancey Street.
Yes, 17.
Yep.
Nice. They just opened. This is the week that it is.
Yes.
Our fans know it by this landmark. So that's 5 blocks to the west of Phillips Cheesesteaks.
Yes.
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 That is how we
I
describe
know exactly
everything
where
in
he's at
Seattle.
now. I had no clue you're talking about until about 2
Right.
seconds ago.
Not on the right towards
Yes.
Royal Tavern.
No.
To the left of Phillips. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So so you started doing that? That's a bold first move.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we couldn't get work, so we decided to create it ourselves.
DIY.
Wow.
All right. And then we did that, and then we worked around Philly a lot, and I left there and went to People's Light and Theater, which is out in Malvern, and out there at People's Light, I worked with Marcy, who is now the artistic director of Hedgerow Theater, where we're doing this. And I also worked with CPM and Brian
She's a great
Anthony.
liaison too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, she is.
She's like
Great at many things.
Yeah.
She's a great mother too.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, well, she's like the Wizard of Oz. She hangs out behind that curtain. But she's making sure everything's happening over there. We're gonna get her on camera one night. One of these days. This is twice now. We're gonna get her on here. I promise you. Guys.
So you were out in Malvern, and where are you originally from?
I'm from Northeast Philadelphia.
Northeast?
I live in Drexel Hill right now. Though,
Good for you.
So, yeah,
Good
that's
for
right.
you.
Yeah.
I always think of Northeast Philly as Delco with less sidewalks.
Yeah, it is.
They just don't have sidewalks.
different kind of architecture. Yeah,
It's
but
like similar. I'm like, you can drop me on any block, like, and be like, is this Tinicum or is this Northeast Philly? I'm like, how's the sidewalk situation? I can tell you.
Yep.
Okay, that's awesome. And then, have you done any work with Hedgerow before?
yeah, I've done work as an actor there before. We did The Weir, which is a Conor McPherson play. After that, we did The Pillow Man, which was a great play. And yeah, and then I directed the first version of this, and the second version she brought me back.
Okay.
So you must have done something right. Is what you're trying to say.
She didn't let me do
You
the
didn't
understudies.
screw it up.
Did you choose a Christmas Carol
No, I
comedy,
did
or
not.
was it assigned to you?
No, we were working on a completely different project to begin with, and that got sidetracked. And then Marcy said, "We're going to do this now." And she found the script, and she must have scoured all of Canada to find it, and then brought it
Imported
to
it.
us. That's
Yeah.
right. Well, we were looking for a Christmas Carol story, an original one. So that's something that was new, and she found the script, and it
So the
worked
Muppet
great.
Christmas Carol was off the table.
Not for me.
Okay.
Right.
But
That's funny. We have a Muppet in the show.
There you
we
go.
do.
Wait, do you really?
Not
Oh my
strictly, yeah.
goodness.
Yeah, right.
We have a Muppet
Yeah.
right next to you, so you're good.
Brian Anthony Wilson. Can we just call you Ball?
Yes.
Yeah. Ball. I like it. Ball with a
Like,
ball.
I mean, it's like-
By the way, you guys can't see it on the screen. He's got the best Dr. J shirt ever.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Well,
yeah.
Doc and I have the same birthday,
Oh,
okay.
and unfortunately my brother who gave this to me just passed.
Oh no.
So I'm wearing this to honor him, and
Well, it's an
stuff that
amazing
he gave me.
shirt in honor
Yeah,
to
it's
you.
spectacular.
Yeah, I usually wear it on my birthday.
There you go.
Our birthday. He's exactly 10 years older than me.
Okay.
Wow.
That's awesome.
When our hands are the same size. No,
so
his hands are like this.
They could ball about the same
I used
too.
to be able to palm a basketball
Yeah.
back in the day.
you are apparently a veteran of this whole scene. Apparently.
Veteran?
Yeah, it was
that-
relayed
that
to me-
means I'm old and I've been around a while. Yeah.
Oh, it has been relayed to me that you have been in almost everything filmed in the Delaware County area.
No, that's a joke. If only. No.
What
You've been in a
what
lot.
have you
You've
been in?
a
though?
lot.
I've been in a few.
I've been filmed in 3 episodes of Cops.
Yeah.
Nice.
Does that count for anything?
Feel free to name drop.
Of course. Depends on which side of the law you were.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
I don't think I gotta tell you.
Uh-oh.
The wrong side, but the great thing is if you're on Cops, you sign the waiver, you don't have to go to court.
Really?
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fun fact.
fool me.
I would think they would give them a break though, right? Like you're on TV.
Yeah.
You're essentially pleading guilty by
I don't
being
know, because then you get
filmed.
away with literally murder almost.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hachi Machi. So is this your first work with Hedgerow?
It is not.
Okay.
I did my first time there. I did a one-man show called "Looking Over the President's Shoulder" that Connie Norwood directed. That was in 2009, and I did a thing
That's been a
called
while.
John Brown's Body, like a concert version of that. That was a wonderful cast.
So-
but yeah, so that kicked my butt. That first one-man show. I did that. I did that again in 2019 at the Act 2 playoffs. But
Where's that
was, that's out in Ambler.
Oh,
They
okay.
have sidewalks.
I know they really do.
Nice ones at that.
Very
They
nice.
think they're better than us.
Yeah,
And they're
do.
right.
They're a little snooty out.
Do you know what famous person's from Ambler?
Who?
Bob Saget.
Oh, God rest his soul.
I'm wrong. That's not Abington. He went to Abington.
Oh.
They're the same though, right?
I thought Bradley Cooper's mother was out that way.
I'm sure yeah.
But he's from Norristown, though.
Is it Norristown?
Norristown?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Okay.
it's
For
Norristown.
some reason I thought it was Easton, but now it's just like I don't know. We're
I thought it lived in
we're gonna have to go to
Drexel
the Wikipedia's at some point about
Doesn't
this.
he live at the Lanark Diner?
He's done what we all do.
You're confusing that with the movie.
Ah, yes. Well, I could
Yeah.
easily confused.
I've yelled in that booth before. I'd never thrown cereal because I didn't know they served cereal there. Okay, so out in Abington. This is or Ambler. Sorry, you play Scrooge.
I play Scrooge, and CPM plays everybody else.
And Scrooge, is this based off of any prior portrayals like Michael Caine or anything like that? Or
No. I mean, not mine. I mean, I'm sure I probably was influenced by them. I've watched a bunch of them. And I'm still watching them. I mean, my favorite is Alastair Sims in the 1951 version.
okay,
My wife loves that one.
the original.
That's
I
her.
watch that
She
every-
watches it every year. I'm like,
Yeah.
they've had new versions since then, hon. She don't care.
No,
She don't care.
He's the best to me. But, you know, as I told our playwright Katie, it's fun to do it because, I mean, even though in real life I'm very silly, but I usually on screen or on stage I play all these heavy people, you know, heavy and because
I play heavy person every day I wake up.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
But it's so great to be able to do a comedy, and thank God for Pete Pryor because his direction was really exquisite, and his voice is in my head when we're doing stuff, but in a good way.
Okay.
But because it's
I got voices in my head too.
Yeah.
Burn the place down. No, I'm not going to do that.
don't do that.
Yeah.
But we get to play the comedic, and I get to play off the CPM, who's like this brilliant. I mean, he can do like Pete. He can do comedy, drama, whatever you name it. They can do it all. But Pete's direction was very specific, and it helped me get into the details of this. And it's also about the audience, because we had a great audience our last the Sunday, and two ladies stayed afterwards and were telling me how much they really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And I was just trying to explain to them also that with Pete's direction, it's also the audience is our other character. I mean, even though Chris plays all the other ones, but
Do you get paid more for that, Chris? Like, he's getting one. I got to remember like 20 people's lines. Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
you
like,
should.
You ever get jealous? Like,
I
this
give him
guy's got
$5.
one dude to play. I got to play. Like, I got to have a
Yeah.
split personality over here.
And before,
Yes.
and before we get into like the whole psychology of literally essentially a 2-person show or whatever, Christopher, do you go by Christopher Patrick Mullen? Let's call it CPM.
CPM is
CPM.
great. Yeah.
Where are you originally from?
Originally from Malvern, Pennsylvania.
Fancy.
I didn't know that.
Local.
Fancy.
I was born in Buffalo, but I grew up in Malvern,
Okay.
PA. So here in the Philly area.
How did you
Yeah.
get into the on-stage world?
I was forced to by my sister.
Okay.
Yeah,
Still is. She's standing right behind her right now.
yeah, quite literally. She'll be coming to check out this production at Hedgerow. She forced me to be an actor from a young age. She was just a showbiz person, and she decided that's what I was going to do.
Right.
So I,
Is she an actress?
no, she's a dental hygienist
Oh,
and a mom and a grandmom.
that's where you did the research for Anne Frank.
That is correct. Yes. Yes, that's right, Brian. That's when I did my research.
Just love for once
Yeah.
I didn't make a joke that had that tagline.
Let the record state.
I started doing shows at a young age in dinner theaters in the area.
Okay.
The Three Little Bakers Dinner Theater, which used to be in Kennett Square and then Delaware, and then Riverfront City Line. In fact, we were just talking about this tonight over dinner. It's very interesting. Yes. And I grew up doing musical theater, and mostly went to DeSales University then, and sort of fell in love with Shakespeare, and doing a lot of that these days, Pennsylvania Shakespeare Festival and so forth. I
A full
spent
thespian.
yes, it's
Yeah, some nice
thespian.
dance
I worked in I
Oh.
was a
A
dancer
little
one
waltz.
time.
1,
and
2, 3.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2,
yeah.
3, a little cha cha. I can do whatever you want. If you come and see the show, you'll see a cha cha. You'll see a soft shoe. You'll see a little bit from West Side Story.
Love it.
Yeah, it's I also like Pete. I did an awful lot of time as a company member at People's Light and Theater in Malvern too. So yeah. So I'm familiar with the Philly area. I do a lot of work at the Philly area in the Arden Theater Company, and I guess
He was just in Assassins. He was brilliant.
Thank you, Assassins at the Arden Theater. Yeah,
That was really great.
So, I mean, you guys all said you've done work in Philly. I mean, is Philly just a huge, like everybody, you think of like plays, they go Broadway, they think New York, it's the big place. But
Is there like a thing where it's like instead of off Broadway, it's off Broad Street?
It's it's a funny thing because this is sort of one of the reasons why we're around this table right now. I think is that Philly had a sort of theater void back in the 1970s.
Oh wow.
Philly used to be a tryout ground sort of for
Right.
for Broadway. It was a lot of times the last stop, and then that stopped on a dime almost, I guess, in the early
And
'60s.
people
And
just
there
started
was,
going right up to New York and
yeah, or they
failing or
went to,
succeeding.
or they went to La Jolla or
Or they
other
stopped taking them
places
around,
to.
touring so much.
Yeah, and there was a bit of a void, and then suddenly that just got filled rather quickly. I mean, over a couple of decades, really, by People's Light and Theater, the Wilma Theater, and Interact, the Arden Theater, and places like that. But a good number of these places too were basically sprung from the Hedgerow Theater. Certainly, People's Light. Yeah.
And where I started out, Freedom Theater,
Yeah.
it's a black theater, but John Allen studied at Hedgerow.
Really?
So everything leads back to Hedgerow.
Yeah, everything does.
And
all
Hedgerow
roads, yeah.
celebrated its 100th anniversary this year. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Is this your first show with Hedgerow?
It is not.
Okay.
My first show at Hedgerow was the spring of 1998. I did Amadeus.
Oh.
Amadeus.
Thank you.
Was there the song? Was there the Falco song?
Rock Me Amadeus was
Thank
in
God.
the show.
I feel like it'd be left out. It's crazy.
Is Falco any Falco songs in A Christmas Carol comedy?
What night are you coming?
Yes, we'll make
I'll say
sure
you
to
are
do
the
that.
director.
Yeah. We've got let me see. We've got something from let me see. You will hear you'll hear a tune that Carol Channing is known for, rest her soul, but she's alive and well in A Christmas Carol comedy. Yeah.
I love it.
And may I say, prettier.
Thank you. Thank you, Brian. Thank you.
Well, that's weird. I'm seeing it Scrooge and everyone else. I'm assuming that might be you.
Yeah, that's me.
Have you counted up how many characters you play in this show?
Well, let me see. Carol's 1. Jack Nicholson is 2. It's about 19 or 20 or something like that.
Yeah.
Something around
That's
19,
3
20,
less
yeah.
than his normal personalities.
Yeah.
It's an easy day. Though.
Yeah.
So it's essentially, when it comes down to it, we were saying it's essentially a 2.5 person show. It's you guys going back and forth with each other, and there is a stagehand if need be.
Yes.
or whatnot.
A glove stage change.
There's
You actually see
literally
the
a
glove,
hand.
yeah.
It dresses a glove.
Yes.
I love that.
When Holbrook does his own show, it's still a 2.5 person show.
So-
Yes.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Wow, Al.
Guys are like,
Jeez.
Yes.
I bet I weigh more than him.
No.
Yeah.
No.
We never brought a scale in here for many
Oh,
reasons.
we did. We did the whole weight loss thing where there's
Uh,
thousands of bucks on the line, and we just couldn't stay away from that buffet, Al.
Yeah.
I'm a Stern fan, so they used to have they used to hide, because they had a scale in the studio, and they actually tricked them. Sorry, they made Anna Nicole Smith step on the scale, and they would weigh people without their knowledge, which is not cool.
No.
But
Is it illegal though?
I don't think it's
Well,
illegal. I think it's just
no,
frowned
no,
upon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Especially
that's part of your medical file. That's a good point.
It's like farting on an airplane. Like it's not illegal. It's just really frowned upon.
where else are you supposed to park? You're supposed to step out. Yo,
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, into the laboratory.
Can somebody open a window?
Yeah. Pete, what's it like directing just 2 people that have to go back and forth with each other?
It's great. It's the room was really fun, and these guys both brought everything they have to it, so it was just a great experience. It was really something I miss doing. You know, when you're directing, it's all front end. You're getting it together.
Yeah.
You're working on things, and then you get to the point where everybody's on everybody else's nerves, and then it opens, and then you're useless. And these guys go off.
Was the Canadian version a 2-man show as well?
Yep.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
good question.
Yep. It was a 2-person show. It was the same format.
Same format.
Yeah, same format. We just brought our own inventiveness to it. You know,
We're-
these guys.
What's harder to direct, a 1-person show or a 2-person show?
I don't know. I would say it would depend on whatever the material is and who
Or
you're
the
working with.
person.
Yeah. who
Yeah,
you're
let's
working
be
with.
honest,
It's a
go
lot
for
of
what
time
it
with one
is.
person. Right. Yeah. And I've done 1-person shows, and if you forget your lines, you're screwed.
You're screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did Chris
The other guy can fill in for
Right.
you. You meant to say this,
Yeah.
right?
Did Chris and Brian have like a natural rapport with each other to begin with, or did you have to
There was
foster
a lot of
for that?
tears in the beginning. Yeah, no, these guys are great. We all know each other. We're all
Yeah.
from the same group.
Had
so.
had either of you had like heard of this rendition of it before?
Well, again, I tried to see it last year, so I had heard of it.
Oh, okay,
but
and you
was-
were in it
was
last year.
sold out.
But even before that,
No,
okay, before when it was just like the Canadian thing or whatever, because I had never heard of it either.
Yeah, well, I'll say I will put this out there to what Brian's saying. It did sell. It sells out. It starts selling out like now. So
Yup.
if you're going to
I'm
get tickets, I
telling
would do
people.
it
Yeah.
because this is exactly what happened last year. We started selling really well, and then you
Yup.
couldn't get in.
And we're going to talk about that in a second. But real
Yeah.
quick, I want to remind you guys this amazing episode is brought to you by David Archerry. So if you wait people unknowingly or you fart in an airplane and you need a good lawyer,
It's not illegal out. It's frowned upon. David Archerry will
and
vouch
if you
for
need
that.
to know if it's legal or frowned upon, David Archerry is your man at thecherrynglaw.com. Workers' comp, motor vehicle,
It's like
personal injury,
peeing in the
criminal law.
rain, dude. It's already being flushed by nature. It's not a crime.
I wonder if Chris fights with himself and he's 19 different characters, is that assault at work and is that workers' comp? David Archerry will be the man to tell you that. CherryInjuryLaw.com or go to 610-5 or call 610-565-0300. That number again is 610-565-0300. David Archerry. And if you're looking for a nice snack while you're watching this great show, Fat Cow Jerky is the place to go. Utterly perfect jerky. Fat Cow Jerky, Facebook, Instagram, you name it, all the great flavors, even favorite flavors for your favorite four-legged friend. Go to fatcowjerky.com.
Ghost.
If you need a nice drink afterwards, check it out. Dolan's Bar, 24 East Sellers Avenue in Ridley Park. Check out Tan PJ, Quizzo Music, great time, memorabilia giveaways. You never know who's going to step in the doors. Go to dolansbar.com.
Ball, during the break, your IMDb, your filmography was brought over to me.
Uh-oh.
Number one, you do not look the age that you are. You look significantly younger. So
That's true.
good for you.
Thanks. I don't feel that way.
You were in The Postman?
That was my first film. Yeah. I put something on tape with the late great Mike Lemmon. My character only had 5 lines, I think, but it was like a 5.5-week shoot. But anyway, I put something on tape. This tells you how long ago it was. It was a VH tape that I had to FedEx out to California.
Oh, wow.
And my agent at the time said, they like you, they want to fly you out. They said, if Kevin likes you, be prepared to stay 10 days for rehearsal. If not, you'll be on the next flight back to Philly.
Kevin Costner.
Yeah. I
That's
was like,
awesome.
okay. So I went there, and then while he was out scouting locations, and while I was waiting for him, I had to go walk into this room, and the number of the room was 222.
Your birthday, February 22nd. Yeah,
Which
I see
thought,
that here.
Oh,
That's a good omen.
So I just sat in the room with him for like 15 minutes, maybe 13 minutes, discussed the thing, and I had 0 TV film experience, only theater, and he offered me the role there. It was very surreal.
That's
But-
amazing.
Yeah.
If I'm in a room for 15 minutes with anybody, I'm usually asked to leave.
Yeah, right.
So that's a plus.
You were in an absolutely underrated gem of the 90s, Rounders.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Love that movie.
Yeah. I'm just
Now I got to go back and see it.
Quick scene with Edward Norton, and it's funny because he played Worm, and I'm just in this prison scene, and because I ended up working with him in Keeping the Faith, which he directed. Because in the scene you were in, he was kind of directing the scene. I was like, the director, like, am I supposed to listen to him? I mean, he's a big star. I'm nobody, but he ended up actually directing me in the next movie. So that was.
You were in one of the most underrated action movies of all time. You played Tapia Muscle Crew in Bad Boys 2.
No, I didn't. I don't know if that. I'm not in.
It says uncredited. It literally says
know.
uncredited.
Yeah,
Were
no,
you even on?
it
Were you
really
on
is
set for that?
uncredited. No, I was not in
Did
that.
you happen to be in the neighborhood that day and got caught on camera?
There's a
Like,
big bald guy in it. I don't know who. It's not me. I wish I was in it. Are
Yeah.
you serious?
actually, if you check
That's
Holbrook's
amazing.
IMDb, he got a couple of Rosie O'Donnell credits too.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Yeah.
So that does happen.
My performance on League of Their Own was critically acclaimed.
you go.
That's so.
And then you weren't joking. It goes full Philly after that. The Happening.
Oh yeah, I was 14 days on that as background, core background. and
Oh,
I
you
got
weren't.
bumped up on the
You
last
weren't
day.
background. You
Yeah,
were
no,
quote
no.
the greatest title ever.
The last day I was back. bumped up.
Arguing man in crowd.
Right. That was the last day. That was not casted.
Law-abiding citizen, also Philly.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Limitless. That was Philly
That
too,
was-
or a bunch of Philly
yeah,
people
that
at
was
least.
Bradley. Yeah.
That's when we
Bradley.
took the pills and made him like smarter.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had that on Blu-ray.
You were uncredited in this, and I hope you were in it.
Sure.
The most Delco movie ever made, where literally someone won an Academy Award for playing a
Oh.
Delconian.
Right.
Silver Linings Playbooks.
Yes, that was. I had a 35-minute callback with David O. Russell, which was like I felt like I was in a boxing ring after I came out of there. he had me read for Julia Stiles' husband, which I was too old for, and this cop was just young, red-haired guy ended up getting. But here he told me he asked for me to be in this scene. It's like a featured extra thing. It's a scene, but it was a scene where we escort Chris Tucker out.
Yeah.
But it was I got to see De Niro and all. It was a big like group scene. They were watching the Eagles play, and then Chris Tucker gets taken back. But
Yeah.
I got to see De Niro work, which was brilliant. And then because what David O. Russell did, especially when I was in the callback, I did the scene a couple times, and then we improv it, and then he started typing stuff out for me to do, and then he got pissed at me because I wasn't giving his written improv back to him verbatim. But he kind of did this to De Niro while we were filming, and he would throw out. Camera was rolling, and he would throw out these new lines. And I could see De Niro; he was trying to be a team player, but it was frustrating the hell out of him because he didn't get a chance to, work the lines. So it was really interesting, but I got a chance to see De Niro work up close and personal, and that was, and I saw Bradley there, and I didn't think he would remember me from Limitless. But he came up and gave me a hug. I was just playing background,
That's
Bradley
awesome.
he's a very, very nice.
Not
very
just
down-to-earth
Limitless. I mean,
guy.
he was also in Silver Linings. Oh, that was Silver Linings. Yeah,
Yes,
my bad.
yes, yes.
I was getting ahead of myself. Speaking of boxing match, you were in Creed.
Yeah, I play Michael B. Jordan's boss, which we shot 2 scenes, which that was really lovely. But Ryan Coogler, I mean, he was only 28 at the time. He's the best film director I ever worked with. He actually cleared the set one time and just had Michael B. and myself and him in there, and we kind of improv some stuff, and it was just amazing. I just loved the way they worked together.
Does M. Night Shyamalan have you on speed dial because you were also in Glass?
No, that's a bull part.
You were security guard in Car. Don't undersell yourself.
Well, yeah, but no, I learned a lesson there too because I was doing, I just have 3 lines or something, so I improv something, and M. Light was like, "Don't do that." I was like, "Okay, listen, something."
I don't want to.
He's like, I wrote.
You at least share your
I get
Sixers
paid to
tickets
write,
with you?
Not you. He didn't say that, but that was what he implied.
Yeah.
He was right. So
I don't want to
Shut
just
my mouth.
keep dwelling on it, but I just do want to say you have been on TV a good amount too,
Mhm.
including some of my favorite shows of all time: Homicide, The Sopranos, The Wire, Law and Order
Oh,
SVU. My
Sopranos!
God.
Whoa! What?
The season is the episode that Chris gets made. Season 3, episode
Gotham.
3, Fortunate Son. Chris gets made, and I come over. And I'm like, "Hey, Paulie wouldn't do that," and then Chris cusses me out. But we shot 2 scenes again, and they cut that other one. So that was a nice scene too.
You're in Wu-Tang and American Saga.
Yeah, let's play.
Ron Fufu Ma. He was one of the members, wasn't he?
No,
Or am I wrong
No,
about that?
no. I ran this halfway house that one of the characters comes to.
And of course, you had to be in Mayor of Easttown.
Oh I played EMT in that, a small part, but Kate Winslet was what a joy to work with.
Really?
Yes,
That's
and
so good to hear.
She was so light and funny and being silly, like dancing between takes. But then once the camera was on, it was like bam,
Full Delco.
laser focus. Yeah, she was.
That's spectacular.
That's exactly what we say about Holbrook.
Yeah.
You and his IMDb is almost like carbon copies.
They are.
Except he just says play security guard. Legitimately, he plays security guard.
Yeah.
That's his job.
And these are actually just things I watched. It's like
Yeah,
my
he's
previously viewed
Yeah.
list.
Yeah.
Well, listen,
This is his Hulu
Yeah.
list right now.
mostly what I do. I'm a big black guy. Either you're a cop, security guard, or a prisoner.
And you got that deep voice too, so you always have that,
you have a great voice.
commanding voice. So
I guess I probably would sound funny if I had a voice that was up.
Yeah.
Well, there's a scene where I have to do a higher voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's funny.
So going back to A Christmas Carol comedy, so
Mm.
without any spoilers or anything, what's the setting? Does it take place in 1850s?
No,
Like
the
the
story-
original one?
The story
Good
itself,
question.
that's a great question. It's set up with it's a frame within a frame. So 2 actors come out and they say we're going to perform this.
Okay.
One actor says,
So they break
Brian's-
the fourth wall essentially before they go into
the audience is part of the game the whole entire time. And the one actor says, "I'm going to assume Scrooge, and you get everybody else."
Love
And
that.
that's how it goes. And then we open, and then we're into the show, and
Yep.
it's about how that would be achieved, and how that would be accomplished.
and it's kind of like just takes place in a time warp. There's no actual physical like
it's
mental
them
setting.
It's them trying to inhabit that story, which they do successfully many times, and they do unsuccessfully many times. So, and it's that experience of going through that story, and the story itself is it's a great story. It's an archetypal story about forgiveness and celebration and humanity and coming together. So these guys get to do that throughout the story, and then as a framework with each other throughout the story.
So is there a lot of just make sure I'm understanding? Is there like CPM? Is it you guys are doing a lot of ad libbing or add your own flavor to certain things?
At times.
But it's basically just like
things happen.
You know the punchlines that have to be delivered and all that.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And you were on like the side of the stage the whole time?
No, that's great. I love that. When people think people always ask me, "Are you there?" I'm like, "I'm done." Your job is
throwing
done
stuff out
like a hockey coach. Like,
it's like that mom watching the kid on stage lipping all the words of the song she's supposed to be singing.
No, you're done opening night. You know the old time.
Do a plie.
You don't have to scream that at CPM. You just do one. No, you're done opening night as a director. Your job's over.
Really?
Yeah. It becomes a stage manager show. Yeah.
I've had a director come back and give me notes.
Really? He must have not had anything to do.
I would just if I was a director, I would mess with people like, "Don't suck." That would be the never like, "Here you go, don't suck."
Yeah.
That is a nice tidbit, dude. I literally thought the director stood on the sidelines like it was a coach. Like,
He's got the headset on.
Yeah,
it's like whispering in CPM's ears.
And like halftime speech between acts and all that.
Right.
Man, my life has been a lie. Yeah. So it's at the Hedgerow Theater. If you don't know where that is, it's on the you take Manchester Road off of however you want to get to Media. Go down there. It's technically Rose Valley Road at that point. The shows you can see now, they're doing every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Until
what? Thursday, Friday, Saturday?
Thursday.
I mean Saturday. I don't understand.
Yeah, they're doing it every single Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, up until Christmas.
Perfect.
And it's all the shows you can see now are at 7:00, except for Saturday the 9th, Saturday the 23rd. 2:00 starts. Nah, I mean we can just post it. There's a lot of hourly changes.
Look down, guys. When you're watching this, look down I'll have all the links and all the information within there. So, and we will post it up on our website at delcolive.com.
But there's matinees on Saturday the 9th, Saturday the 23rd, and also if you are available Friday the 15th.
I also say this, that the runtime is great. It's a 70-minute experience where you're going to jump up to your feet at the end. It's a perfect time frame for families to go.
Yeah.
It's great for everybody, and we haven't.
What is a normal runtime for a play? Like, or do plays just like
they're all different?
Vary.
Oh,
I mean, your typical Christmas Carol probably run about 2 hours. So
really?
You're in and out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Is there an intermission or no?
No intermission, straight through.
Is there hot dogs or tailgating?
You can get whatever you want.
There is if you bring hot dogs and you tailgate. The parking is incredible. It looks like a disaster, but it is actually very well organized.
Yeah.
I was very impressed. The logistics of that should have run the country. I pulled in. I'm like, "There's no way they can fit cars in here." And lo and behold, and they're not even boxing in.
System.
It was
our
fantastic.
Is actually out there. Our guy Jacob is actually out there.
He's literally moving the flags around. The hand guy. There you go.
Yeah, no, like that's actually a thing, Al. Like, and I did go to the last show, the Philly a Philly fan by Bruce Graham, and it was spectacular. Ran about 70 minutes. You do not get tired. You stay focused the whole time. Hedgerow is not like it. I don't know about this one. It doesn't have like the visuals and the audio, much like Bruce Graham's did.
I think all the audio and visual are coming from Chris.
Oh, okay, cool.
Hey, you should be getting a big cut of this CPM.
The one man's it's his initials are CPM, but he is a human CGI.
Yeah, that's right.
And you're playing men and women, right?
Yes. I'm paid per character, so I'm making bank.
Yeah. It's like a juror. He gets paid all 12 jurors' payments.
Yes. It is a hoot, and it's also, I guess, part of the fun for me is it's too much to take on, clearly. And part of the sort of side plot of this thing is the way the impossible task piles up on the unfortunate person playing this track.
So you're actually looking for the mistakes on, like, to kind of play into it, like things like that. Or do you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Very
That's
much.
great.
I love
Yes.
it. I love it.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Because I could screw up like none other. I mean,
Yeah.
you talk to my wife. I'm really good at screwing things up.
So-
mine too.
So the 19 characters you play, are they all in the Canadian version, or are any of them created by you or inspired by previous roles you've had or anything?
Oh,
That's an interesting question. They're all written in. However, the playwright Katie Lehman sort of leaves it wide open
Yeah.
for whatever comedian improv person is playing this particular track. In other words, the opposite of a Eugene O'Neill play, where there's 2 paragraphs about specifically what this character looks like
Yeah.
and who they are.
Oh,
This is left pretty much wide open. So I get to sort of choose who exactly Mrs. Cratchit is, who Bob Cratchit is, who the Ghost of Christmas Past is, and so forth. Those are left wide open. And
So you had a lot of
Do
creative.
you
freedom
actually
to
change
get
at
Yes.
all? Like,
Yeah.
like if I went to see a show on Thursday, maybe the next week, would Mrs. Cratchit be a different character a little bit? Like that kind of stuff?
well, the short answer is yes.
But Pete
because-
doesn't like it.
Like I'm gonna go a little bit more.
Then I'm
Marge,
gonna start coming back. Then.
I'm gonna go a little bit more
Right.
Marge
I
Simpson
know he's
tonight.
coming
Yeah.
back.
Right.
You know,
It's like
Pete just threw something at me and told me to shut up.
yeah. there are certain things that are taboo. I mean, obviously, in the theater, for instance, stage managers will pull you up short for "Don't peek through the curtains," at the house. But in this, I have to peek through the curtain because it's like I got to see who's sitting in what seat.
Yeah, right.
Because sometimes we might single out an audience member for one reason or another,
Okay.
and it's
So you really get them involved.
Oh, yes,
yeah.
he
Okay.
does.
Yeah.
And he plays in the house, so
Yeah.
he's not just on the stage; he comes off the stage.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's really, you guys got to come see it.
I
Well,
will.
that is my plan. I'm trying to get. This is like, hey, Joey goes, we got to go see a theater show. So looks like Al's coming in big this time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
yeah.
know these guys.
I actually only worked like 2 minutes from there. I think the coolest thing I
Oh.
did was I went to the Philly a Philly fan, the matinee show at 2:00 on like a Wednesday, and it was a really cool way to spend my lunch break.
Yeah.
And I
Nice.
and I
His
recommend
lunch break
anyone.
starts at noon,
Yeah.
by the way. I just want to point this out.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 2:00 show, 70-minute runtime. He started at 12.
I
Just
barely.
pointed that out.
I started drinking for it the night before. You know?
Yeah,
Really tailgating.
He tailgated since Wednesday. He got it all planned.
Yeah.
out.
So yeah, you have, if we air it this week, you have 12 chances to catch it. I mean,
We are
wouldn't-
airing
It
it.
wouldn't chronologically make sense. Is there any chance it gets picked up to run longer, or is it done on the 24th?
There's a chance.
Okay,
There's a chance.
run it through like New
Yeah.
Year's or something.
So you're saying
Till
there's a
Little
chance.
Christmas.
There's a chance.
Yeah.
Okay. Any plans after this, or just straight off focus on until the 24th?
Yeah, actually, I'm doing a little overlap with the art and theater of a play called Lady Sitting. We start rehearsals on the 19th, so
Okay.
I'll be rehearsing during the day and performing at night.
It says you're here. You appear courtesy of the Actors Equity Association. Is that like some sort of like guild that
all
you're?
of us are in it.
Oh, you're all in it.
It's the
Okay.
Theater union, Actors Equity.
Oh yeah, you do have an asterisk.
I thought it was like
too,
you guys
yeah.
had your own bank or something.
Association.
Really confused for a second.
That'd be great.
Yes.
That would never
be the
fold.
pennies.
Come see our show, and we'll get you a loan for that new speedboat you want.
Oh,
So tickets are $20 for previews. Oh, that was beforehand. Tickets are $20 for student and youth, $35 for adult.
And they do also have for artists. They
She's
have,
like, no.
They have a discount for artists and people in the industry.
Okay.
Yeah, let the
You have your
box
Actors
office
Guild
does that.
card with you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
or headshot resume.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, it is a very cool place. 100 years old this year.
Gorgeous place. They when was the remodel done?
10 years ago.
Oh, it's been that long. Oh, wow.
I'm telling you, like, I'm a
Time
big dude.
flies when I get old.
I'm a big dude, and where I sit is very important to me. And I'm
Me
telling
too,
you, you
bro.
see it, and you go, "This is a church pew." And you're like, with padding, and you sit down, you're like, "My Lord!" It helped my lumbar.
Oh,
Yeah.
It actually
He's not
medically
kidding.
helped me going to it. I was singing praises about it.
I won't sit upper level at the Wells Fargo Center for a Sixers Flyers game because the seats are too short, too small.
And it doesn't matter.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it doesn't
Yeah.
matter where you
Never
sit at
been.
the Hedgerow Theater.
No.
Like, I mean, number one, they're
Yeah.
benches, but
all the seats are great.
yeah, like I sat towards the back and I loved it.
They got me into seeing plays now, so if I can do it, anybody.
Yeah. Anything else you guys want us to know about it?
No, it's great. It's great fun for everybody.
Yeah,
Come and come
get
see it.
there.
Yeah.
Cool.
We just had this one
Yeah.
little thing that happened. I mean, these two little adorable girls. They were sitting right in front, and their laughs were bigger than mine. I broke at one point because they were laughing when Chris did the Tiny Tim thing, and then I was just put my head down. I mean, people's like, what happens just happens. But these kids they were just adorable.
Yeah.
And
I guess
It's
I
like
guess
a-
laughter
to
can't be
adopt them.
distracting.
It's this past weekend just sort of really brought again sort of delightfully to mind what a unique kind of experience this is, as in this is it's a show that if you're thinking of coming at all, you have to bring the kids.
Okay.
If you have kids to bring, you
See, the funny
you
thing is,
have
I
to do
try
that.
every reason not to bring my kids somewhere. If you've met my kids, you're like, I see why.
Oh,
It's
They're just like me. That's why. I mean, the kids are just like me.
it's like a you wouldn't think, and I sort of already hinted at that Jack Nicholson and Carol Channing may play a role or two in this thing, and it's in a sense it's a sort of romp on A Christmas Carol. That said, it is one that the kids absolutely go crazy for.
Perfect.
I love that.
and that's what I was telling our writer that I get to play. You hear some of the classic Scrooge lines, but you also get to do comedy.
Right.
Mostly just playing off the CPM.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Of course.
That's awesome. Pete, any final words as the director?
No, come see it.
Yeah. Because he'll be sitting in the crowd when you hang out. He's the guy selling hot dogs and beers out the parking
It's the
lot.
best two-man show in Delco. You can check it out at the Hedgerow Theater,
Next to
64.
Delco Live.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I forgot we're down to 2 now.
Yeah,
64 Rose Valley Road. They're better than us.
they're better than
They're
us.
better than us.
No, it's not
CPM can out.
different.
Yeah.
CPM, he can sit here and do a whole show, just jumps around the mic.
Yeah,
on his
100%.
own.
He could.
Just alone, CPM.
64 Rose Valley Road, Media, PA. You can check it out any Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday up until Christmas. You can check the website for which times are matinees. Otherwise, at 7 p.m. I highly suggest it. Tickets are $20 for students and youth, $35 for adults. This has been Pete Pryor, the director, Brian Anthony Wilson, with one of my favorite IMDb's I've ever seen, and the man of 1,000 portrayals, Christopher Patrick Mullen.
Voices, all of the above.
It has been an
Thanks.
honor, guys.
Thank
This
you,
has been
gentlemen.
great.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
You guys rock.